What is up, guys? Welcome back to Catching Up with Cameron. I'm your host, Cameron Mitchell, and today I want to talk about something that's on all of our minds, COVID-19. Obviously, COVID has drastically impacted the sports industry. We have no idea what's going to come of the NFL in the fall. They've already canceled some preseason games. We saw the Seahawks cut a player for trying to sneak someone into the team's hotel. We really don't know if fans are going to be able to attend any of these games, but the NFL is scheduled to resume in September, so I'm crossing my fingers that we're able to see some action. The MLB, they faced a number of issues because of COVID-19 exposure, so there's no telling what's going to come of the rest of that season. But one thing that I think we can all agree on, the NBA is back and we are more hyped than ever. We've seen nonstop excitement from some of our favorite players. Devin Booker with his buzzer beater against Paul George. The Suns going 8-0 just in general was absolutely incredible. Kyle Kuzma making his game-winning three against Bol Bol. It's just been so much fun to watch. We watched LeBron James. He's now broken another record for himself with 10.2 assists per game. Damian Lillard becoming the first player in NBA history to score more than 45 points, more than 10 assists, and more than 10 three-pointers in one single game. I just can't wait to see what the playoffs have to bring for us. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies are going to play the Portland Trailblazers in a play-in game, and I gotta say, I think Damian Lillard is going to help bring that team to the playoffs, and I cannot wait to see it. But I gotta be honest, if you were to ask me right now who I expect to win the championship, I gotta go with the Los Angeles Lakers. Even though so far we haven't seen the greatest from the Lakers in terms of other teams in the bubble, I have a feeling that they're going to bring it for the playoffs, and this is going to be their year. Rookie of the year, I think it's got to go to Morant from the Grizzlies. Most improved, I honestly would give it to Brandon Ingram. Even though the Pelicans didn't make it to the playoffs, we saw some excellent teamwork and some excellent plays by Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Drew Holiday. I think if they had the ability to have Zion in more, we probably would have seen them make it to the playoffs, but still, it was so much fun to watch, and Brandon Ingram definitely deserves some recognition. But for that MVP spot, I gotta give it to either Giannis or James Harden. I would love it for Harden to win, but there's no denying that Giannis is a superhero. He is a baller on the court, so I could totally see him be reigning supreme for a second year in a row. The NBA has also decided that they're going to allow guests to come for the playoffs, so they'll allow each player one guest and one child under 32 inches. Luka Doncic really had something to say about his fellow teammate Barea, and I found it hilarious. But I think it'll be really interesting to see how these players can perform now that they'll actually have a little bit of support in the stands. Now, when it comes to college sports, college football. It's been the talk of a lot of people right now, given that the Pac-12 and the Big Ten have decided to suspend their season. So instead of playing in the fall, they're planning on playing in the spring. I love that they're going to be able to play in the spring, but that's going to pose a lot of issues. I mean, for one, Justin Fields, if he's not able to play at all, will he consider transferring schools yet again? We saw him transfer from the Bulldogs to Ohio State. Now he might want that shot at the Heisman Trophy one more time, and if he's not able to play, how's he going to do that? He could declare for the draft if he wanted to. Lord knows the NFL knows how talented of a quarterback he is, but I think he wants that final season so that he can make even more records and even more of a name for himself. Look at what Joe Burrow did in one season. Obviously, there is no talent like Joe Burrow, and there's no talent like that LSU team from last year, but I also can't wait to see how Miles Brennan and their 5-star recruits do this year handling football, only playing in the SEC conference. The future of the NCAA is obviously very unpredictable right now in terms of college football. If we have some teams playing in the fall and some teams playing in the spring, I can't quite see how we're going to put a college football championship together. But the NCAA's director did come out and speak, and he said we are going to find a way to make it work, so I'm excited to see how that goes. It's going to be interesting to see these conferences play, and it's going to be interesting to see some of these conferences if they play in the spring. Obviously, football is a fall sport, so it'll be very different to see them play in the spring. But anyway, guys, please drop in the comments below what you think of this episode. Let me know who you think is going to take home the title and who you think will win the Rookie of the Year, MVP, and Most Improved Player awards this season. Like this video, follow my page for more content, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Thanks so much for catching up with Cameron.